There is a moment every soul will face, where excuses collapse, where reputation no longer protects, where influence, followers, and confidence evaporate. In that moment, there is no crowd to impress, no voice to manipulate, no delay left to hide behind. There is only truth, clear, sharp, and unavoidable. This is not a story about fire, it is a story about clarity, because the greatest punishment is not pain, it is finally seeing reality exactly as it always was. And this is where the story truly begins. As the fire closes around him, understand this clearly. This is not revenge. This is not chaos. This is justice without disguise. For the first time, he sees no illusions, no whispers, no lies to soften the truth, only the full weight of his own choices pressing down on him. And in that moment, every soul who once listened to him understands something too. They realize he was never a king, never a god, never a power with real authority. He was only a caller, a persuader, someone who exploited weakness, hesitation, ego, and delay. And they understand something far more frightening. Their own decisions carried them there, because in Islam, accountability is absolute. No soul carries the burden of another. Every individual answers for themselves, and he knows this now better than anyone. Because his greatest torment is not the fire alone, it is the knowledge that he failed completely, that his rebellion proved nothing, that his arrogance did not elevate him, it reduced him to the lowest of the low. And while he burns, life continues without him. The universe does not pause. Creation does not mourn. Because truth does not depend on the liar. As judgment unfolds, the believers stand secure, not because they were perfect, but because they returned. They repented. They humbled themselves when it mattered. And God honored that humility. This is why Muslims understand accountability so deeply. Because Islam does not glorify pride, it warns against it. Humility is power. Submission to God is strength. And this story exists to remind humanity of something history proves again and again. Pride destroys nations. Arrogance blinds leaders. Rebellion against truth always ends the same way, in loss. As the gates of paradise open, light replaces fear, peace replaces doubt, mercy replaces struggle. The whispers that once haunted humanity are silenced forever, and the lesson becomes eternal. Falsehood can survive for a time, but it never wins. Arrogance can look confident, but it always collapses. God may be patient, but justice is never forgotten. If you take anything from this story, take this: return before it is too late. Lower yourself before God raises you, because in the end, those who bow in humility stand tallest, and those who refuse to bow fall farther than they ever imagined. And here is the part that matters deeply, especially to people of faith. God does not judge by origin, not by fire, not by clay, not by race, status, or power. God judges by obedience, sincerity, and humility. When he believed his origin made him superior, he misunderstood the very foundation of faith. Greatness in the sight of God has never been about what you were made from. It has always been about who you obey. Throughout history, every tyrant followed the same pattern. They delayed repentance. They trusted power, wealth, influence. They believed they had more time. And the whisper was always the same: tomorrow, later, not now. Until tomorrow never came. Death arrived without warning. This is why this story speaks across generations, because it exposes the oldest deception of all, the illusion that delay is safety. Islam teaches something revolutionary. The door of return is always open until the final moment. The believers understood this. They fell, they stumbled, but they turned back, and God honored the return, while he refused. And that refusal became his prison. Even now, his existence serves as a warning written into eternity. No rebellion can overpower truth. No pride can cancel accountability. No whisper can silence the call of God forever. And when humanity remembers him, it will not remember strength. It will remember a lesson, because arrogance ends in loss, and humility ends in peace. This story is not locked in the past. It repeats itself. Leaders fall this way. Nations weaken this way. Individuals destroy themselves this way. It never begins loudly. It whispers, it flatters, it tells you that you are special, exempt. Islam teaches vigilance over the heart, constant self-accountability, constant remembrance that power belongs only to God. Look at the contrast one last time. Adam made a mistake. He admitted it. He returned. And he was elevated. He made a mistake. He justified it. He defended it. And he was destroyed. Failure does not doom you. Stubborn pride does. Paradise is not filled with the perfect, it is filled with the sincere, those who bowed before they were broken, those who submitted before they were forced. Submission is not humiliation, it is liberation. It frees the soul from ego, pride, and the illusion of self-sufficiency. And when history is silent and power is gone, what remains is not reputation, but intention. And his story stands as a final sign: no amount of intelligence, worship, or proximity to greatness can save a heart that refuses humility. This is not a story meant to frighten you. It is meant to awaken you. Because God's mercy is vast, but it is not mocked. His patience is real, but it is not weakness. Justice will arrive. The only question is how each soul will meet it, standing in humility or collapsing in arrogance. That choice is made long before the final breath-in quiet decisions, hidden intentions, and moments when truth stands clear and ego must choose. The greatest victory is not domination over others. It is surrender to God. And the greatest defeat is not loss of power. It is loss of humility. Those who understand this, understand faith.